morning and welcome to Living Local 15. Thank you so much for joining me today. First up, it's Wealth Wednesday with Foster Financial, and we're discussing end-of-year required minimum distributions and breaking down that process. Then I visit George Raptis with Mike Thomas Associates as we tour a new home in the villages of Arneo. And we're also breaking down how to build a home from scratch. That and more happening now.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
This segment sponsored by Foster Financial. Welcome back to Wealth Wednesday with Foster Financial. I will be speaking with Caleb Doan, their Vice President, about what's going on in the financial world and things that you need to know to plan out in advance. Hey there, Caleb.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Thanks very much.
Okay, so last Monday we had talked about end-of-year planning and what that looked like when you're trying to get your Roth conversions and all that stuff handled. And you mentioned a little bit about RMDs, which are required minimum distributions.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I'm learning these acronyms through
You're
Caleb.
nailing it, yeah.
But so we're going to dive deeper into that. So start off, like, what is a required minimum distribution?
Yeah, so this is the minimum amount that you are required to take out of a pre-tax retirement account by the end of the year.
Every year?
Yeah, every year. And so this starts when somebody is 73 years old. Under current legislation, it's at 73 years old. There's now a minimum amount that you have to take out, and the key part is, and pay taxes on, of course, by the end of the year. The first year that it starts, if you're 73 and it's your first year, they give you a little bit of a break. They say, hey, you can take it out before you file taxes the next year. But typically we like to have it out before the end of the calendar year, if possible. When it starts, it's around 4% of the overall account value. So if you have, $100,000 in an IRA, roughly your RMD is going to be about $4,000. And that percentage increases every single year that you age. But of course, maybe that account balance might possibly go down.
Okay, so this applies to everyone across the board who's 73.
Yeah,
older.
everyone who's 73 and has pre-tax retirement assets, which are most people. Most of the time, the money in your 401k and your IRA is pre-tax.
Okay, so what if they have unpre-taxed?
Yeah, like Roth accounts, for example, or just like an investment after-tax brokerage account. Those are not impacted by required minimum distributions.
So you can just hang on to those savings.
Yeah, you can just allow it to continue to grow. That's one of the reasons why, last time when we talked about Roth conversions, they can be really helpful because after you do the conversion and put it in the Roth account, the taxes have been paid on it, and so the government's not going to force you to pull money out of it, at least under current legislation. There's no RMDs on Roth money, and so it can just continue to grow. Because there's a lot of people that, their RMD might be $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 every year, and they're saying, I don't need to take this withdrawal. I'd rather just leave it in the account here, but the government forces you to take it out because it adds to your taxable income and increases the taxes that you pay them at the end of the year.
I'm now seeing this pattern. I'm now seeing where all the roads lead us to is the government wants their money.
Right.
They want your money. They're going to force you to move your money so they can take their money.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's not even helpful. At first, I thought it had something to do with, well, maybe they think that you'll need that money. Maybe they're just trying to kickstart your retirement and give you a little bit of payout. Wow. Okay, so that's interesting. So what should people start thinking about or start preparing as they enter into that 73 to be able to get those distributions? The best time to prepare is before these required minimum distributions even start. So especially if you're retired or close to retired, that's when we start to look at, do we want to do some of these Roth conversions ahead of time so that we don't get hit with these really high RMDs in the future? Because there's people that they retire at 65, they have several years where they're in a low tax bracket and they love it, and then all of a sudden those RMDs start. And if those RMDs are $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, it can easily kick you up into a higher tax bracket. And then they're saying, oh man, I wish I would have used kind of the room that I had back from 65 to 73.
to my advantage. So the best time to plan is ahead of time. The second best time to plan is right now. So if you're somebody in that situation, we can take a look at what those RMDs are going to be. And there's unique things that we can do right now, even to help avoid it. One of them would be qualified charitable distributions. There's folks that are, tithing $5,000 a year to their church, and they're just doing it from their checking account. If you're over 70 and a half, so we love those half ages. If you're over 70 and a half,
3 days.
yeah, exactly. You can do qualified charitable distributions from your IRA, and it actually counts toward that required minimum distribution, and it comes out tax-free. So that's a way where we can still do the RMD and the government doesn't take any taxes from you, as if it's going to a qualified kind of charitable organization like a church, for example.
Yeah. Okay, so what happens if people don't take it out? Like either they don't know or they're being defiant.
Right, yeah. So the government has pretty stiff penalties. They still make you take it out, and you have to pay a 25% penalty on that amount. So if it was 10 grand that you were supposed to take out, they're going to charge you $2,500, and you still have to end up taking it out. It actually used to be 50, so they lowered it to 25. How generous, of course, right?
Oh my gosh.
Usually there are ways to get out of it. So I mean, there are certain forms and things like that you can file to say, I forgot about it, I didn't realize it, I corrected it as soon as I found out, but it's a very stiff penalty, so we like to avoid that.
That is highway robbery.
It is, yeah.
Like, what?
Right.
The 50%, I'm just like deceased. Like, I can't. Like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is even more proof that a financial planner is so important, because these little tricks that's happening with our taxes, with the government, with revenue services, you have to be on your P's and Q's, dot every I, cross every T, because they will take your money.
Yeah, and they change the rules every year, right?
Yes.
Of course, so all the time they're changing the rules, so we like to stay on top of that for our clients. We do a big analysis at the end of the year. We look through every single one of our clients' accounts and say, for those people who are over 73, have they taken the required minimum distribution across everything? Maybe you have multiple accounts too. You might have an IRA annuity. You might have an IRA at Charles Schwab. You can actually satisfy both RMDs just from one account if you wanted to. But we need to make sure that clients are doing that. So we do a big analysis across all of our clients, make sure that it's taken care of. Technically, it is the individual account holder's responsibility to make sure it's taken care of. But that's the thing like that we like to do due diligence on for all of our clients, so they don't get hit with that 25% penalty.
Yeah, okay, so in these months, this October, November, December, this is just a really strong time to come and get these end of year stuff handled.
Yeah.
Required minimum distributions and Roth conversions.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, thank you, Caleb.
Thank
You're
you.
going to be busy.
Yeah, we are.
And if you would like more information about Foster Financial, now is the time to contact them. You have so much to do. Gather your finances, start planning and seeing where you fall. Retirement could be close. You could just now be starting to do financial planning, and you need assistance. So Foster Financial is here to help. Their phone number is listed below, and I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Foster Financial.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Wow, look at this beauty. I am standing outside of the first home built in this development. And while it is still under construction, let's go on the inside and speak to George Raptis with Mike Thomas and Associates to learn all about building your dream home from scratch. Joining me now is Realtor George Raptis. Hello, George.
How are you?
Well, listen, I'm feeling so much better being in this beautiful home. So Villages of Arneo is just the most exciting new project really happening right now in Fort Wayne. So give us just an overview about this development and this project.
Oh, it's super neat. We have a residential section that is connected to the commercial section, something that we may see in some of the larger cities, Indianapolis, Atlanta, North Carolina. And we've taken this concept to be able to work, live, and play in our community.
Yes, and so right now this process of building from scratch is so popular. I mean, if you can have the opportunity to choose every little thing you want in a home, why not? So let's talk about that. So you really do help people with this new journey. So why is building from scratch so popular right now?
I think it's just a neat opportunity to create and customize your own living space. I mean, a home is where we live, where we belong, and where we make our dreams and moments in life. And having the opportunity to start with our own concept and our own design and our own thought and make it into reality and moving in is just I tell everybody I meet, I know that I'm a realtor and I sell homes, but I tell everybody, everyone should at least experience this one time in your life.
Right, and so this project has been underway for a little while now, a little less than a year, right? And I just cannot believe that y'all are selling left and right, but there's still opportunity for people to build from scratch.
There is. I mean, in this subdivision in Arneo, I mean, it is such a unique concept to be able to at night go and have dinner, walk through the paths, take your golf cart over there. It's just all walking distance. There's some new restaurants that are coming. One great established restaurant. I'd love to be able to tell everybody all the new things. Can't yet. But it's just to be able to walk and to live in this community and to be part of it. It's just very unique, and I'm excited to be part of this concept to bring to Fort Wayne for the first time.
Yeah, it is, and we're at the top of the year, 2025, and I think that it's just such an important time for people to embrace change and something new and get a fresh start. So why would someone choose a building from scratch concept over just going into a home that's already there?
That's a great question too, and there is going to be a cost difference when you're going in starting fresh, but like I tell everybody is that from just the basics or the engineering side of things, you don't have to worry about your roof for 25 or 30 years. No furnace problems on Christmas Eve or Christmas. You know, we have an opportunity to pick the colors and the flooring. There is no remodeling. I mean, the big thing is we move in and put our furniture in and we're throwing our welcome home party immediately. So it's a great opportunity that way too.
I love this. And so I have to just acknowledge this beautiful space that we are standing in and this fabulous kitchen behind us. I mean, just all the details from the textured walls to the marbling and just all of the space. I mean, I pulled up and there's a huge driveway, and then I was peeking my head into each room, just getting more and more impressed. The walk-in closet, I could go on. And so let's talk about this process. So if someone's thinking, well, you know, I would love to start from scratch, but that just sounds like a lot. Where do people start in this journey?
Honestly, I think they need to connect with their real estate professional. I think, you know, having the idea and the concept of where are we going to go, what type of home we're going to build, who should build our home, you know, who's going to help design it. There are some components that go into, and I feel like I'm the great opportunity to kind of piece everything together, figure out what it's important to you, and then connect you with the vision of the builder or the decorator that you're going to best match with.
Yeah, and then what about the timeline? How long does a project like this take?
That's a great question too. We're typically look anywhere from 5 to 6 months and then excess of 13, 14, 15 months. So it just really depends on the details that you want to go through and set those expectations from the very beginning.
Right, oh my goodness, okay, that is so exciting. And then what do you think is one of the biggest misconceptions that people have when it comes to taking on such a large project like this?
It's where to start. It's can I make it through? Like, I don't really know how to put all this together with my paint colors and flooring match, and so it's connecting with the right professionals that just give you all the information you need to make the best educated decision to move forward.
Yes, the right professionals like you. And so if someone is kind of thinking, you know what, I would love to hop on to this development right now, how should they best get in contact with you to start that process?
The cell phone number is, to me, is the best way to do it. It's 260-710-1834.
All right, so I think the moment everyone's been waiting for, a little tour to see all the features of this home.
Yes.
All right, let's do it. Okay, George, so this is the room behind us, but there's something special about it. What is it?
It is a little bit different when we have the slanted wall.
Right.
So the homeowners, again, customizing the house, you get an opportunity to do anything your imagination can come up with. And yeah, they decide to go ahead and create a feature, especially outside. It's much more dramatic. They took the dark color here to kind of subtle it a little bit, but it's a neat view of the house. And then
it is, and then this view, which is so beautiful. Wow, you can just see the pond that's out there and just really enjoy natural sunlight.
Absolutely, it's the uniqueness of the subdivision. Every lot has its own private and its own unique view. So that's the cool thing about Arneo.
That is nice. And then of course this kitchen. Okay, so let's talk about some of the features that are popular. What are people doing now?
Cabinet space is always important. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and push these forward, and then there's a little secret pantry back there that goes back through, kind of its own kitchenette. This is where all of the magic happens while we're still keeping everything clean.
The preparation, and you can just kind of hide if you're entertaining, hide stuff. Officially, this is the butler's closet, or is that what it's called? The butler's closet?
Correct.
I like that it's so sneaky. And then you have all these beautiful cabinets, which, I mean, look at that. You barely have to tap it. And it comes up, which is so lovely. And then let's talk about this marbling. Wow.
The uniqueness of it, having a little bit of that rigid touch, that live feel.
And then these gold fixtures are just beautiful. I mean, just pristine, every single touch in this room.
Absolutely, absolutely. Customizing it, congratulations to the homeowners, because they've done a really good job picking out everything they need to do.
Yes, and I love the camouflage refrigerator as well. Everything's hidden, incognito.
Let's hide it.
All right, let's keep looking.
All right.
All right, so this is the master bedroom, and I'm just like, it's just so stunning. I love the creative choices. And so they have stone, which is just so, I haven't seen this option. It's kind of medieval times.
Absolutely, yes.
And then of course the wooded ceiling, which is great too. And so tell me about just really how this concept came about.
Oh, see, that's the fun part. When you're building from start to finish, it's your concept. It's the homeowner's concept. They've jumped on the online, the Pinterest, the house apps, the Instagram. They're really starting to figure out what it is that they truly love and truly enjoy, and what they want to incorporate into their own home. So that's why the building process of creating that imagination and bringing it to fruition.
Yeah, and that's something that people can start doing now, right?
Absolutely.
Because really, I mean, you think about the time it takes to develop a home, there's so much to do in between, but you can kind of get that process started kind of like if you're planning a wedding, right?
And I tell everybody always, when you think you're ready to start, you should have started 6 or 12 months before. We really want to take the opportunity to create the imagination and bring in the information so that your ideas become your home, and not rush through the process and saying, oh gosh, I wish I would have done something just a little bit different because I didn't give myself enough time to think. So we start way before we're supposed to. That's the secret.
Yes, and I love, so the patio there, and then we have to check out this beautiful bathroom. I mean, it's just so much inspiration, and I walk into this natural sunlight, and this is one of those hybrid bathtub and shower setups, so you can just walk over here and just be like, get your shower on.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, and so when it comes to the process of these detailed items, such as the fixtures and what type of bathtub and all of these details, is this something that you work through with them at the beginning of the process, or just kind of built over time?
It could be very overwhelming if we give you everything to start with at the very beginning. So we do it in phases, but we want to connect you with the right designer, the right builder, to create that same vision that you want to share, and find someone that can match that and bring that into reality. So it's the connection of the people, and then staging and categorizing when to start and when not to.
When to start, okay. Yeah, just looking at his and her sinks separated, and then you said if I entered into this room, I wouldn't want to leave, right?
Correct. The master closet. The master closet. Still working out the details, but oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. Chandelier, I mean, it's just stunning. It's just stunning. So throughout this development, will you all have model homes? so people can see and kind of get ideas as
Yep.
you start developing more?
Yep, so we've connected with some of the best builders in Fort Wayne to create their concepts, allow them. So there are builders that are putting up their own unique spec homes available for the public, and they are starting and finishing them as we start. So now sitting here in January and February, March, April, we're going to have a nice selection of homes to preview and see which homes connect with the right person.
Yeah, absolutely. And this home just has so much more to offer, from a basement to a movie room, theater, office. I mean, still building, so we can't show everything, but this is definitely an exciting addition to Fort Wayne. So thank you so much for sharing. And of course, if people are interested in learning more about the services that you offer and really having that conversation on where to get started, how can they contact you?
The real estate professional that I could be to help through this process, 260-710-1834 is my cell phone number. That's the best way to start the process.
All right, thank you so much, George.
Thank you, Jessica.
And we'll also have their email address and website listed below to reach out, and I'll see you after the break.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
Enjoy fun in the sun on Living Local 15. Become a tourist in your own city. Visit your favorite spots and have some fun with me. From kayaking to rappelling off a building, I show you ways to have an adventure in Northeast Indiana every weekday morning at 9 on WANE 15. So join me, Jessica Williams, for Living Local 15.
Watch Living Local 15 with Jessica Williams weekdays at 9 on WANE 15 and catch past episodes on WANE.com. Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group. Go to the Living Local 15 page on WANE.com for recipes from the show, to watch a segment again, and to get information on products and services featured on Living Local 15. Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.